Hello Coaster friends, it's Adam here from Pause Games and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 and welcome to Mystic Reef. This is a brand new park that I'm starting to build here in the Planet Coaster 2. Massive thanks again for Frontier for giving me early access. I've been throwing loads of stuff down over the past couple of weeks and just seeing what sticks, and this is one of those projects. So I've already built a little entrance plaza, so we're going to check that out in a moment. Then this video we're going to do a time lapse and make some pools and slides and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be quite fun. So if you go on to enjoy this video, give us a like down below and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Planet Coaster 2 content. Okie dokie, right, let's have a quick look at Mystic Reef so far. Okie dokie, so we come through our entrance plaza and you're greeted with a few buildings and a few pathways. Now this is still a work in progress, I've still got a few bits to do, fences and all that kind of stuff, but as a general layout we are just about there. We've got all these little pipes and interactives and sort of water features that are all over the place. So the theming we're going for this place is kind of like your tropical tiki vibe of a water park, but with some sort of realism in there as well, hence the pipe. So we're kind of doing a mix of different themes here, really, using the stuff in the game. So, for example, we've got like these tiki buildings, these pipes, and these water features that are kind of spraying out everywhere. So it kind of gives it a bit of a quirky angle, as well as it being sort of quite realistic. So that's kind of the middle ground that we're going for with this. So we've got a few buildings with sort of changing facilities, a few more pipes. Over here we've got some an area where you can buy your pool passes and other bits and pieces. Over this way, a lovely little car that's crashed there. Over this way we've got some toilets, some more changing facilities and some more kiosks to buy your pool passes. Lovely. So that's kind of like a little entrance area. Like I say, it's still a bit of a work in progress. And this is our entrance over here. Our spawn point. Oh dear. I don't know what's going on there, but this is our entrance, and this is what we're going to carry on building with today. So let's expand out a little bit. Okay, so here's a little overview so far of the entrance plaza. Entrance here, turnstiles there, and this is sort of the entrance street. Like I said, this is going to be sort of all fenced off. We're going to add a few more bits of theming around, fill it out a little bit more, but generally this is kind of what we're going for, a nice sort of water oasis as a general area. And this water theme, obviously it's a water park, but this natural water theme, rocks, foliage, is going to sort of complement the man-made bits of the pools and stuff. So this idea of natural springs as well as the pools is kind of going to flow through the rest of the park. That's the plan, so we'll see how we get on with that. But that's the idea. We're going to put a little bit more of a path up here and then start building some pools and some slides. But as a general layout, I think that's a nice entrance so far, and it gives a nice bit of space here for some pools, some slides, some areas, maybe some rides. We're not sure yet whether this is going to just remain a complete water park or we actually put some rides in. I'm not sure. We'll see how we get on with it. So let's jump into a little bit of a time lapse to start building a bit out here, and then like I say, later on we'll come back and put some fences up and fill out this area. But I think first of all, let's get some pools down. So this pool that I start making here, it takes me quite a few attempts to get this right, and I still don't know if I'm 100% happy with it at the end. I mean, we'll see when we get to the live portion at the very end of the video. I don't know if it's too big, but I don't know. We'll see, and hopefully you guys can comment and let me know at the end if you think it's too big. But this is the first attempt at it. I was trying to get like it looks a bit odd from the height. What I was trying to do is have like a wave pool at the back, and then kind of like a funky shaped beach area down the bottom, and it didn't work very well. So we do scrap it in a minute and start again. But just bear in mind, for this build, this is the first time I've sort of built a custom pool in the game. So this series is kind of a bit of a test, because I'm still getting used to it. I mean, it's not even out yet, the game, so I'm trying. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm learning as we go. So like I say, we do try again in a minute. What I'm trying to do here with the path is utilise this sort of draw tool to add like a bit of like a wave effect to the pathway. It kind of works. I'm not sure. I think there's more, maybe more we can do with it. But again, I just want to give the floor to some bit of texture. And down the line, once we add more details to this build, it's not going to just be flat path anyway. There's going to be rocks and planters and theming bits everywhere. So just because it looks really bare and big now doesn't mean it won't fill out eventually, if that makes sense. So just don't read too much into the fact it's a massive plaza. We are going to fill it out. Not in this video, but as we get on. This video mainly is just to get the sort of shape of the area. So again here, I was just trying to go for this like wavy pattern, and it kind of works. Like I say, just again, learning as I go, trying to figure out what the limitations are, what we can and can't do with the pathing tool, the pull tools. It's all work in progress, so that's kind of what we're doing. Here I was trying to figure out how to get a staff bridge over the pool. It doesn't really work out, so we don't go with that in the end, but I'm sure that if I'd played long enough I could have figured it out, but yeah, we scrapped that. And actually put a normal pathway around the pool anyway. It didn't make sense just to have it a staff only path, because guests still needed access, because we do put some slides into this pool shortly. So that's the idea. So these rocks around the edge, again, I'm testing the bits out in the game. I did utilise the scenery brush to put most of those in. It works to a point. I mean, it's not perfect, so I had to do a lot of moving around. Is it quicker than just putting down rocks? Yeah, it probably is, even with a bit of custom time and effort to move them around. I don't know, but we'll keep playing with it. And I know you can make custom scenery brushes as well, which is something we'll probably do at some point, just to have a little play with that. So yeah, it's a useful tool. We'll try more with it as the sort of weeks go on. Just to, again, I'm just trying to learn in this video and play with all the pieces. And again, that's why I'm sort of doing little bits of theming as we go. There's going to be a whole lot more theming going in as we sort of continue to build this. But I want to just keep jumping back and forth between a pool, then we'll do a bit of rock work, then we'll do a bit of theming, just so I can just sort of try all the little bits. I don't want to end up getting sort of bored too quickly. Not that I'm getting bored, it's a great game and I'm really enjoying it so far, but I just want to make sure I'm sort of learning everything at the same time, rather than just focus on paths for an hour, because it's not a very exciting video for you guys either, considering we're doing a time lapse. So that's why it's kind of a bit jumping all over the place, this video, but it works to a point for what we get done. So here we go, back over to this, I think I called it Kahula Bay or something like that, which is just basically like it's going to be like a little kids area really. So, well, not like a young children, but I don't know, like early teens sort of age group. Eventually we'll probably put some play structures in there. Obviously in the game they're not there yet, but you know what I mean, like fountains that you can walk under and maybe stuff you can interact with. And I think one aspect of this water park that I feel like I might steal from Volcano Bay is the fact there's interactives around. So in Volcano Bay you have your little tappy, which is a wearable band, and you can sort of tap that against certain elements around the park, and fountains will go off or things will trigger. So obviously we can't do specifically that in the game, but that concept of having things dotted around which we can sort of interact and trigger, I think is quite a good idea, and that's something we'll probably do as the time goes on in this build. So that's kind of where we are with the little bit of a time lapse for that pool. So let's go back to a little live portion and I'll go into a bit more detail what we've done. Okay, so a couple of hours in, and as you can see from the time lapse, I had a couple of goes at the pool just to try and get it okay. I still think it might be a little bit big, but that's something we can maybe make a bit smaller. But I wanted it to be quite large, because you think, like for me, when I'm sort of making these kind of parks, I'm thinking of sort of your Typhoon Lagoons, your Blizzard Beach, your Volcano Bay, that sort of level of size and scale of water park. And they've all got pretty big wave pools, so that's kind of what we're going for with this. So we've got the big pool at the front, a little bit of seating area around here. Obviously this is still way unfinished, but we're just sort of slowly building out the shape of everything. And we've got it, so we've got a nice gentle slope coming in from a kind of walking to wading, and then it goes into a nice swim down towards the waves. The waves don't seem to do much. I don't know if that's because of the size of the pool I've put in. Not sure. Maybe it's just too big. Not sure. But we'll figure that out. There's going to be a lot more theming around here. What I'm thinking of doing is putting some buildings across the back of this. More like facades, I think, just across the back to give it a bit of depth, and then we can put stuff behind that. We're starting work over here on a little bit of a kids area. We called it Kahula Bay or Kahula Bay. I don't know, whatever. I liked it. Nice word. A couple of slides here. Again, more theming we need to put around here. Some more facades, some more buildings. But guests are riding the slides. Woohoo! Couple of little diddly slides into this little pool here, which is just a little wading pool. Should be fine, I think. Hopefully no one will injure themselves there. We've got this path around the edge, which I still need to tidy up and edit the edges a little bit. But the idea will be I'm going to utilise rocks as the edges of paths, because I just don't want guests walking through rocks, really. The same way as I'm going to have some rocks in the pool, like here, but I'm going to keep them sort of to the edge, so it makes it look a little bit more themed. That's the idea anyway, so it's, like I say, very much unfinished, but you sort of get the general gist and the idea. In terms of like facilities, we need to build some more over here, like changing rooms and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking they're going to go across the back there, maybe a shop, some food, that sort of thing. So this section will be sort of facilities, and maybe the same over this side, more facilities over here. I might put some sort of make some elevation changes here as well, because I feel like it's just looking very flat at the moment, and I think we need to make some elevations. One thing I did want to do, which is why the main reason this is here, I want to try and keep the slides relatively hidden, which is why that big mountain range is kind of there, because really until you get around this corner into that pool area you can't really see, and that's kind of what I want to do in each zone, is kind of keep everything separate. So when you're down here in this pool, you ain't going to really see anything else that's cracking off. And that's the plan. Once we get some bigger slides on the go, which we will do, like I say, we'll build some stuff around the back. We'll probably do a couple of lazy rivers, a couple of big slide towers. I think I'm going to try and keep the slide ending pools rather than runoffs, but we'll see how we get on. And we'll probably, in terms of space, I can feel it maybe taking up maybe around here. It's not going to be massive, but like I say, a big main wave pool here, maybe a couple of lazy rivers around this back area, a couple more pools, some slide towers, maybe sort of up to this little oasis area will kind of be the as far as it gets. But yeah, so far so good. I need to, like I said in the intro, come back and finish all this up, so we'll probably do that off camera between now and the next episode. Get all the fences in, finish up the foliage, and then I need to extend out the theming and this sort of pipe motif around this area. The idea is we're going to utilise a lot of these pipes as sort of features in the pools. But at the moment we don't have any like interactive fountains or features or anything like that people can actually play with and interact with, so we'll make a few things like that utilising the pipes, I think. So sort of around these shallow areas there'll be a couple of little features, maybe a couple of things in here as well, and then we'll have some pipes and things coming off the back of this when we put the buildings in, and have some interactives and maybe a sequence of water coming over. So that's something we'll do in the next one, or at least between episodes. And I also need to try and figure out what's going on with wave pool, because it's not really working. I do think it's probably just because of the size of the pool, but I'm not sure. Unless I'm going to put loads more pools in, wave pools in. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But that's sort of the first little section done of our water park. We'll come back down to the entrance here. Oh, so many legs. So that's our first little section of Mystic Reef finished. So you come into here and you get a lovely view as you're coming in. Like I said, there'll be more buildings, facades there. So as you're walking down this little main stretch, you're going to get a nice sort of vista. I mean, it's not going to be like Volcano Bay where we've got a massive mountain, nothing sort of crazy like that. But we'll put some facades, some thatched roofs and things, because I love this style of building, and I think we can do something really nice with this. And the way I'm picturing it is kind of like a couple of different heights, different different shapes, just sort of give it the look of like a few little buildings across there, and that's going to make up the backdrop of the wave pool. So that is going to do us for episode 1. I know we haven't got a massive amount of stuff done today, but the detailing and all that kind of stuff will come soon. We'll do a few more slides and a few more stuff in the next episode. And like I said, hopefully by then I'll have finished all the pathway, fencing, and all the little bits and pieces around here. So, thank you for visiting, and thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to give us a like down below. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the latest content here from Planet Coaster 2. There's going to be loads of stuff coming over the next couple of years. So, please subscribe and join me on the journey. Thank you ever so much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.